Hello there, welcome to my channel. This is your girl Danny Blue, and today I want to talk to you about why the Sephora Pro Palette Editorial Volume 2 is canceled. But before we get all into that, I want to welcome you to my channel. If this is your first time here, I blog about a whole lot of stuff. This time I'm just going to be blogging about some makeup. Make yourself comfortable, hit that subscribe button. Yes, that was my smoke detector bell. I just refuse to change the batteries. That's just what it is. Outside of that, everything is kosher. If this is not your first rodeo with your girl, welcome back, and I'm glad to see that you're spending some time with me again and supporting my videos. We're gonna jump right into this video. That was Max. Those of you who've been around, y'all know Max. We're gonna just talk about this palette really quickly. So yeah, this is the Sephora Pro Pigment Palette Editorial Volume 2. This is the second editorial palette, Volume 2. And the first one was similar to this. It's colorful, and it had like more bold colors than this one did. Yeah, so this is just the box. Nice, sleek, clean, gives you all the information you need. Let's keep moving. This is the actual palette. It's nice and weighted. It's not too heavy, it's not too light. It does have it's that matte black, but as you can see, I got fingerprints and stuff all over it. That's the one complaint I do have about the packaging. It does have a full mirror. There you go. I'm not gonna blind you with that. Oh, maybe I did need that box, but okay, yeah. With the film that covers it, and then it also has the colors. Okay, we're gonna do it like that. So yeah, this palette costs $68, and it has shimmers, it has mattes, it has I wouldn't say like foiled or anything. Like some of the mattes have glitter in it. Some of these, I don't know, satins. You have a nice array of finishes, and you do have a nice array of colors. You do have, these are mostly, there are some warm tones, but there's quite a bit of a cool tone vibe going here, and in person it looks totally different than it looks like if you're looking on a website. It looks totally different, and that's what suckered me in. I should have went in the store and looked at it too. Whatever. I bought this during the 20% off sale last year, the last one that Sephora surprised the VIB, the Rouges with, and it was between this one and it was between the darker one that they came out. It's another one that has like darker, the jewel one, that one. And I should have went and got that jewel one, but this one right here hurt my heart. I'm gonna just tell you about how some of these colors operate. Hold on, I gotta get that box. Let's get a little bit closer so y'all can see what I'm talking about. Okay, so we have these beautiful, beautiful colors, and I was just like, I know this palette is going to be bomb, because a lot of people were saying that the first Sephora Pro palettes that came out were really, really nice. Okay, let's talk about this color right here, Charm. It is really hard to pick up with the brush. There you go. It's really, really hard to pick up with the brush. It barely shows up on my skin, and it was just really frustrating. The more I waved it around, the more it just disappeared. And even the color that I have on my eyes today, which is the Sage right here, and that hurt my heart because, and I'll show you what it looks like. That's what I have on my eyes right now. And it hurt my heart because it was so freaking powdery. Like the stuff just, it fell all over my face. Like I literally had to wipe off all of my cheeks just to get the makeup off. And I was just so disappointed because I'm like, for real? Now you might be asking me, is this your first time trying this palette? No, I've tried almost every color in this palette except for maybe this one, which is called Coven, and Wish Color right here, that one. Those are the only two colors I have not tried. I've had this palette for about a month, and that was my job, to try it out to see how I liked it. Some of them blend out pretty good, some of them don't. Some of them have a lot of fallout. Like, this isn't a cohesive palette. The formula between like mattes is not the same. The formula between the satins are not the same. The shimmers are not the same, and that really, really irritates me. Some of them are really, and then this Pegasus is supposed to be like a light powdery blue, and it just disappears on my skin. Like, it's just not for you, sis. Like, if you're my skin color and darker, sis, it's not for you. You're gonna have to pack it on. I ain't got time to be packing on no $70 palette. I'm sorry. Maybe 30 or less, maybe. But $70, you gotta come on now, Sephora. I'm really, really disappointed. You do get a lot of product. Like, you do have a lot of product. This kind of reminds me of like the Vice, what was that? The Vice 4 palette, I think. And I returned that too, because Urban Decay, Shadows, and Myself don't work, except for the electric palette. That's probably the only Urban Decay palette I have. I'm just really, really disappointed. Like, I do have some colors that I really like this color right here. I use that one in my crease all the time. I use this one in my crease all the time, and they work really, really good. And this purple right here called Mystic. It looks pinkish on the camera, but it's really, really purple. And it's like an orchid purple, and it works really, really good. This purple right here, which is Fairy, it's not as pretty as I wanted it to be, and when you put it on, it doesn't even look like that color. It just transforms into something else. Atlantis, this color right here, it's very, very chalky. When it comes off, it's really hard to pick up with a brush. I was so mad. Like, I was really trying to use it. I got to the point after tapping it 4 times, trying to pack it on my lid. I used my finger, I used the brush. Ain't nobody got time for all of that. I just was like, you know what? I'm so over this palette. But today I tried to use it again, and I used, like I said, I used Sage, this color right here, and I used Cloak in my crease. And I mean, it looks okay. Like, it looks okay, don't get me wrong. It's just the process of getting into that was just too much. And I'm like, Sephora, for $70, I don't need to struggle with these colors. Like, this eyeshadow should be buttery. Like, most of these feel buttery to the touch, most of them. Some of them, not so much, but it's not a lot. For the most part, you get a decent palette with some decent arrays and decent finishes, but it doesn't perform all the way. I don't have time for having one shimmer works really good and another one that doesn't, because I like to use different amounts of shades on my eyes. Like, there's not one time I've used only one color out of this palette. I've used at least 2 to 4 colors every time I use this. I'm using between 2 to 4 at least. You know what I'm saying? And I really wanted to love this palette, but it sucks. It just looks pretty. It looks pretty, but it doesn't perform the way I need it to perform for $70. Sephora, I don't know what y'all need to do. Maybe, I don't know, maybe I got a dud and I'm just over here being mad about that dud. But yes, I am, because I'm a Rouge and I spend a whole lot of money in Sephora every year. So I expect something to perform the way it should when it states that it's, you know, it's at a pro pigment palette. It's not like it's a regular. If it's a pro palette, this is people who actually, you know, use these products that are pros. It should be pro status. It ain't pro status. So I'm just really disappointed. Yeah, this joker going back to the store. Y'all know Sephora got a bomb return policy. I'm probably just gonna get my money back. If not, I'll just trade it for another palette that I've probably been looking at or something. Y'all know I don't need no more palettes, but y'all know I'm gonna do it anyways. I don't know. I'm really disappointed in how this turned out. Like, look at this. You see how much powder is on there? Is that? Dang. It's just a lot of powder on here, and I do not expect a palette of this caliber to come out with that much powder. Like, you know, dang, what is the word I'm looking for? Y'all know the word I'm looking for. I'll think about the word and then I insert it at the bottom so y'all can be like, oh yeah. So we'll all know what I was talking about. Yeah. Anywho, I love y'all. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed my review, put your thumbs up. Make sure you're subscribed and hit your girl up with any questions below. Thanks for watching and stay tuned for my next video.